So I'm very pleased to be here on My Magical Thing with Maria Wheatley, who is a researcher, an author, and a master dowser. So Maria, it's lovely to have you here.
Yeah, thanks for having me, Julian. It's great to be here.
Well, my friend, please, may we see your magical thing?
Ah, you may. And here it is. It's a copper sleeved dowsing rod, and it certainly is very magical to me because I got introduced to dowsing many years ago through my late father, who was considered one of the UK's master dowsers. And I went around ancient sites, like the famous Stonehenge, to other lesser known ones across the British Isles and Europe, and I fell in love with the ancient past. And I started to do dowsing in a more feminine way than what I'd been sort of taught, and how to look at the earth energies, find the earth energies with dowsing for healing, for alchemy, for transformation, and working with the positive energies of Gaia to change people's lives basically. And it's really easy to do. It's not rocket science, as they say. So it's a case of looking and decoding places. I mean, it's great to decode an ancient site like the Great Pyramid of Giza or Stonehenge, but equally, we can learn to decode our homes. Do we have a particular type of feminine earth energy that could increase our intuition, be good for healing? For example, is there another energy that is more stimulating energy, good for working above, for example, and living in harmony with the earth that way. So that's kind of my main premise, is looking at the earth, understanding her patterns of power and lays and grid lines, but much more than that. People talk about laser a lot, but they're not necessarily the most powerful earth force that Gaia emits.
And the dowsing rod itself, presumably this comes in a pair. Although does it? I mean, do you use two of them presumably when you're working, or you just use the one? Oh, please tell me, because I'm unfamiliar with this technique.
Yeah, you see, most people buy them in pairs because they're sold in pairs. But master dowsers, such as my late father, Hamish Miller, the late Hamish Miller, I should say, God love him, and myself only use one because you use a technique called directional dowsing. And directional dowsing with my magic tool here, I say to my rod, show me the direction of the nearest lay, and obviously I'm going to fake this, and it will point to a direction, and that's indicating where you should walk. So if you've got two rods, you can't do directional dowsing. So that's how we find things, using directional dowsing, information dowsing, which is simply asking a question, a good framed question, and then tracking it, which is basically walking in the direction of the rod. But more than that, a lot of people use information dowsing, asking questions, like, is there X here? And I decided about 10 or so years, 12 years ago now, to ask the landscape itself, the ancient sites of Stonehenge, to indicate a place of power or a place where I should go, so to speak. And that led me to discover the elongated skulled people of ancient Britain. So that little magic tool led to a secret history that hadn't been really fully understood for literally hundreds of years. So it can lead to many discoveries, a dowsing rod.
Maria, that is fantastic. Could we have another little look at the rod itself? Let's look at this magical thing.
Yes, it's got a sleeve on it.
Uh-huh.
So my hand doesn't influence the rod. It's
Yeah.
made of 99.8 or something percent pure copper. And
Hmm.
I choose copper for a dowsing rod because I douse Gaia's energies, and Gaia is obviously Earth Mother and feminine, and copper relates to back in the Bronze Age to places like Cyprus and Aphrodite, and copper is very related to the goddess Venus, Aphrodite in Greek. So this wonderful copper rod is symbolic of the goddess, and that's why I use copper. Plus, women have more copper in their blood than males who have more iron, for example. So it kind of relates quite well to what I feel is a beautiful relationship with Mother Earth, because that's what this leads to. It will show you the earth energies, but ideally, it's about forming a relationship with those earth energies. And for example, there's one powerful earth energy that's always found at the near center of a sacred site, whether that's Avebury, Stonehenge, or on the Giza Plateau, which is a beautiful spiral energy of very, very, very deep water that isn't produced by rainwater, but the earth herself. And I named that yin water about 25 years ago. And because it's underground water at a sacred site, very deep, very sacred, very holy, it's the Akashic record of place because water has memory. So we can work with the Akashic record of place through dowsing and finding something with this amazing spiritual tool that is easy to hold, easy to use, and easy to put in a handbag if you carry a handbag, that is, or a shoulder bag. And like I said, it forms a deep relationship to our wonderful one mother, the Earth Mother Gaia.
Maria, that is fantastic. Thank you so much for taking the time to show us your earth sensitizing and earth connecting fabulous magical thing. That's really, really appreciated, my friend. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, cheerio. Bye bye.
See ya. Bye.